Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Hi, Rose. Hello, Shane, Vicky, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Sell the local pants. I was just remarking to my guys in the truck, if you will, aka me. Hi, Adam. Nice to see you. I recognize you from the boys' earlier chat. Nice to see you. Anyways, I was saying transitions are so difficult for me. It's the rampant, untreated ADHD that we all love and adore to savagely ignore with me. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing well today. I caught a bunch of court that we're going to watch together. How exciting. I'm excited. And somewhat of a rarity, but I don't want to give it away. And Lucy, I got your messages this morning. I rolled over from where I fell asleep on the couch and I quickly recorded some of them. So thank you as usual for sending me the tips. I love it. Just the tip though, folks. Just the tip. Anyways, yeah, please do hit the subscribe button, the like button. I'm out of coffee. I have to go buy it today. You'll find, Adam, it's a pretty cool place around here. You'll find that we're pretty chill about things. But I do have a potty mouth, so if there's any children around, get them used to that. That's my theory on it anyways. Just get used to it. Because it's not going anywhere. Anyways, speaking of not going anywhere. Oh my god. My green screen, it's like off on certain things. Anyways, whatever. So off we go. There was a lot of court today, actually, as I remember, but it was all very early this morning. But the small claims stuff I got later this afternoon. And that is from Thurston County District Court, small claims court. And we're going to start out with, as usual, a case about a tree. I don't know, it's just between you and me.
Snodgrass, is it?
Yes.
Why don't you have a seat at the table there?
Mr. Snodgrass. Oh, also I'm not wearing any makeup. I'm not sick, I'm just not wearing any makeup.
All right, we're back on record and live streaming.
Shortly, so I'll probably do it now.
Court. We've got Ms. Piccinini, is it?
Yes.
Okay, got close to that. And let me just get, you'll both notice me looking to both screens here. I am listening, but I'm looking at the court file, which is also electronic. So let me get that up. So I have all the information before me.
You guys are so sweet.
All right, so we're taking up the case that Ms. Piccinini has filed against Mr. Snodgrass, case 37916. And is that headset helping you out there?
It's like, no,
it's not working right.
it's not working right.
Can we see if there's another one out there? We can work on getting that. We're gonna get something that works better, hopefully.
Just a little bit louder than you, I'll be fine.
Well, I can try that, but I want to be sure you're hearing me, and you're gonna have to hear Ms. Piccinini too, and I'm not sure how that's gonna work. So we'll try and get another one and give it a roll. While we're waiting for that, I think we can at least get people under oath. So, Mr. Snodgrass, why don't you stand up with me and raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, please have a seat there. And Ms. Piccinini, you're in your car, so you're just gonna raise your right hand with me. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, we're just gonna pause here and see if we can do better by Mr. Snodgrass for a hearing device.
Yeah, and I went ahead and tested it while you were doing it,
Okay.
so it sounds like it's a lot louder. on my
Give it
side.
a whirl and make sure it's right tight on your ears.
The phone only works on one side. And I had it on the wrong side.
Okay, so turn it around. Actually, turn it
No,
around.
no, that's the side.
That works best?
Yeah.
Okay, and you can cinch it up, you can cinch it
That's
up so
fine.
it's better. All right, well, you're gonna have to, let me know if you're not hearing something. I need to know that, all right? And you as well, Ms. Piccinini, if you're not hearing something, you're seeing something, I gotta make sure. I won't know unless you tell me. All right, so we're gonna
Hi,
start
Casey
our
Carey. We're
trial
just in the
here.
middle of
and-
filming a Get Ready With Me. I have one eyebrow done. By the way, this is the extent of all my makeup. You're watching it. This is a behind the scenes look. And as usual, Thurston County, these people are complaining about a tree. But who, you ask? Is it Mr. Snodgrass or Dolores in her car?
This is all about this notice that Ms. Piccinini filed about saying she's owed $1,000 from Mr. Snodgrass. And so I'm going to turn first to Ms. Piccinini and hear her side of this. And then I'll turn to you, Mr. Snodgrass. And so I will hear from you. Please don't, you may hear something you disagree with. Don't speak out. Same thing, Ms. Piccinini, when I'm talking to Mr. Snodgrass. You may hear something you don't agree with. Don't speak out. Make a note of it. But I will hear from both of you. So, Ms. Piccinini, why do you think Mr. Snodgrass owes you $1,000?
Well, he came and took my wood without my permission.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Somebody put exclamation mark wood in the chat. How much wood would Sergeant's wood wife suck if she was sucking Sergeant... What is it? How much wood does Sergeant Wood's wife suck if she's sucking someone else's wood? Woo! That is... I love it. I love it. We have a lot of fun commands around here. That's from an earlier case. But now somebody is fucking with Dolores's wood. Don't fuck with Dolores's wood. What the fuck?
Even though he claims I gave him permission, I did not. After he didn't show up at a reasonable time, 5 months later, he comes up behind my back and takes these logs off of my property when he could have called me or texted me or somehow prearranged, but he did not. He just came over, him and his buddy. And it cost me money to take those logs down, and I'll let him pay for it if that's the cost of, that was the cost of taking the logs down.
Okay, so let me kind of hone in on a couple of things here. So $1,000 is what? That's what cost you to fell these trees?
Rogers Tree Service on Delphi charged me $1,000 to take those trees down.
So why, all right, then. So you're saying that you spent $1,000 to have those trees felled on your property, and then Mr. Snodgrass came over and took them away. But the wood itself, you're saying that Mr. Snodgrass owes you $1,000. How is it that he would owe $1,000 for you having felled your own trees?
Well, he stole them from me, so I think that he should pay me for them. He just took them.
So
I
you
gave
have to
wood to
then-
somebody else. Mhm.
How do you believe that those trees or those logs are worth $1,000? Where do you get that information? How do you support that?
Well, when I go around and look at logs that are for sale, they want quite a bit of money for them, and I figure.
Hold on, I have a question. Are you doing that? If you knew that you could sell the logs, why didn't you? Also, is this an industry here in Thurston County that I'm unaware of? I have questions. Oh my god. Also, we're in small claims court, not criminal court. So she's alleging a violation of a contract of sorts. I'm confused.
The amount of wood that was sitting there comes pretty close to what everybody else is selling it for.
Okay, so
Well,
is
if you
this
would burn
would
it, it would work out better.
firewood? What is it?
It would, yeah, firewood, or I don't know what people do with wood besides firewood.
Oh, I can tell you a few things about what people do with wood.
I know he
Okay.
works on, I know he has his brother saw wood up to make planks and stuff, and they do things with it. He might do that with that wood. I don't know.
Well, you still have to establish how you believe these, if indeed, and part of this, I've got some
Understand.
more questions. You have to establish with some evidence, and I'm looking in your exhibits and looking what you filed with the court, some evidence as to why you believe that these trees that you felled are worth $1,000. What do
Well,
you have?
I guess I can't prove that they're worth $1,000. I guess that's where because I don't have a receipt from this gentleman that put them down. I don't know where it's at anyway.
Well,
And,
it's not the issue of felling. You were going to fell these trees anyway, right?
I did fall them. Yes.
Yeah.
I had
So you decide to do that, but then you're saying that it's because then those felled trees were taken away. You're saying stolen or taken away by Mr. Snodgrass. It's the value of the wood that you're asserting that you want back.
that's what
Or,
is.
okay. All right. I just want to be sure I understand.
How did somebody even fucking find the way to the courthouse to file a lawsuit like this being so clueless? Is that a joke? Also, Rose, why does the audio suck so bad in Huron County? Can we send somebody to the court to Huron County? Maybe to get with their audio people? It is so terrible. It haunted my dreams this morning while I slept and recorded them. It literally haunted them. Okay, next.
Understand your claim. It's the value of the wood itself.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, and then I understand from, information that I read from that Mr. Snodgrass had filed and has been in the court file for everyone to look at, that you've been neighbors for a long time. Is that right? How long?
40 years, maybe 35. I
Okay,
think.
decades. All right, and so in the past, it sounds like there's been instances where you've asked Mr. Snodgrass to come over and help you clear some felled trees. Is that right?
Not on my property.
Okay, tell me about that.
He helped. I asked him if he would help me with a tree that fell in the neighbor's yard. The neighbor gifted it to me, gave it to me, and JJ came over, and Vaughn came over and helped me with that. I gave him a chunk of it, and I paid him $50 for his diesel to do that. But as far as on my property, he doesn't come over and chop trees down or clean up my mess. Oh, well, one day the tree fell on the road. So he came over and cleared that. We had to get it off the road. And he did push it off the road.
Okay, so in this instance then, you're saying this is, so I see that you, in your exhibits, you have, excuse me, kind of a handwritten timeline and then some emails that you filed and some text message reminders. So can you tell me why? So you're asserting that Mr. Snodgrass was not allowed to have these. So when did you fell these trees? When was that?
March 5th of 2024, like a year ago about.
Okay. And then When did you say that you lost those trees to Mr. Snodgrass?
Can you repeat that again, please?
When did you lose these trees to Mr. Snodgrass?
Oh, he took them on August 16th of 24. I was gone all that day.
So 3 months or over 3 months pass. And so in between that time, what were your discussions with Mr. Snodgrass, if any, about these trees that you felled?
I offered him in the beginning, in March, I offered him the wood and he didn't show up and come and get it. And then I gave him a second chance. I believe it was in May. Again, I offered it to him and he didn't come and get it. I thought if he doesn't want to come and get it, then I will give it to someone else. And I did, to a gentleman by the name of John, and John came over. Well, I don't know how far you want me to go with this. That's all.
So in March, how did you offer those trees to Mr. Snodgrass?
I said, JJ, you want those trees? Come over and get them.
So did you talk in person?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, because we
All
usually,
right.
yeah.
And how did you make clear what trees it was that you were offering him?
How did I make clear what trees? Well, the trees that were fallen, and they were fallen on my property. He would know what trees I'm talking about.
So were you together and you pointed out the trees and you said, if you want them, you can take them?
No, I went to his place.
Okay. All right. And so then in May, you said you offered them again. What happened there? Were you together with the trees or on his place, or how did you talk?
Oh boy. I'm trying to remember if I texted him about it or if I went over there personally and said it. But I know that he told me to
hear from you. I want to hear from.
I just know that he said, well, keep them over there to season. And I says, no, if you want, I think I've talked to him personally. If you want them, come and get them. I don't want, you can let them season on your property. And that's in May.
All right. So when you
And he
talked
didn't
to
do
it, thought was that they dry out on your property and you get it later. And were you okay with that?
No. I wasn't.
Okay. So did you tell him that?
I didn't say that to him. I just said, well, I said to myself, well, if he doesn't want to come and get them, I will give them to
What
someone.
did you say to him? Saying to yourself doesn't help figure out if you had a contract.
We
So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out when you talk to yourself, that doesn't help much.
No,
say to him,
months go back. Well, his friend, his friend Dwayne knew that I had changed my mind because he's the one. I changed my mind. Dwayne knew that I changed my mind about I'm not giving them to JJ anymore. I'm going to give them to this other friend. And Dwayne knew that, but Dwayne went over there and told him just when I wasn't home.
Well, I don't have Dwayne here and we don't know what Dwayne did and we don't know what he said. So what did you say to Mr. Snodgrass after May or in May about your change of mind? I've got some notes here that you filed with the court and I'm looking at those. Does that help you?
I probably did not say to him that I gave it to somebody else. And I don't really think that I have to owe that to him because it took him months. We're talking May and he comes in August. That's not a few weeks. That's months go by.
Okay. Did you tell him in March or May, get him off in the next 2 weeks or the next day or the next month? Did you kind of put a limit on it?
I did.
No. All right. So you make some other notes in your exhibits here, and then you say by August, so John M., is that the person it looks like you decided to give them to there after May?
Yes.
All right. And I'm having a hard time reading your handwriting. Maybe it failed first attempt and then late August returned. So John came back in late August. You offered them to him in May and in late August he came back?
Well, his saw failed him. So he came back again. He called and asked if the wood is still available. He'd like to come over with a new saw. And I says, well, it's gone because the neighbor took it.
So between
I-
May and August, you offered them to John and then John tried to get him and then didn't show up
Yeah.
for another 3 months
Yeah.
and then they were gone.
I'm not in the business of doing this. I'm giving people free wood. And JJ didn't come over and get it. So I said, well, I'm going to just give it to
Okay.
someone else.
Yeah.
And they
All
didn't-
right.
it wasn't there.
And then in August 16, they're not on your property anymore.
Correct.
When did you first notice they were gone?
When I got home, there was a trail all the way to JJ's house.
I wasn't trying to hide it.
Yep. Slow down, don't comment, I'll hear from you. So you noticed it on August 16th?
Yes, that evening.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, anything else you want me to know before I turn to Mr. Snodgrass?
Oh boy, I don't know what to say anymore after talking to the mediator. I just don't, I know that JJ's gonna say all kinds of things and they're not gonna be an agreeable.
Anything else you want to say, though, before I turn to Mr. Snodgrass?
Well, if he wants to return that wood, like I
I'm
told the
not in
meeting,
negotiations, that's over.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
trying, we're not in negotiations, that
Oh.
ended the trial, so I'm asking you for evidence to support your claim. Anything else you want to say? And I'm looking at your exhibits, I'm looking at Mr. Snodgrass's exhibits, anything else you want to say?
Well, I think he owes me a judgment for a payment for those dogs. I don't know.
Okay, what do we think? What do you think might happen? Is she gonna get her money for her logs? Did JJ rip her off by taking the wood that she had offered him? What do we think will happen here? What do we think will happen? If you're a keen court watcher, you'll catch that I'm doing this question a little earlier than normal. And that in itself should be a tip off to you. But if you're new at watching court, you won't quite know. Anyways, I'll let it play out. I guarantee her house smells like cat piss, Adam. Absolutely. Hundy pee. Hundy cat pee.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know where to go.
Well, the problem is, so Ms. Piccinini, I'm dismissing your claim without hearing from Mr. Snodgrass. And the reason I'm doing that is what I said earlier when I talked to the group as a whole is that you have an obligation, and anybody does who brings a lawsuit, to give a basic amount of facts. It's pretty low, but a basic amount of facts to force then the other side to have to talk. And so I guess this is sort of a summary judgment because I'm dismissing your claim because there is no, you can't fairly say why $1,000 is owed to you for one thing, even if the court were to find that Mr. Snodgrass took these logs without in it wrongfully. You don't have anything to say why they're worth $1,000. So you miss on that. And then also there just isn't sufficient evidence here to show that anything was done under a civil statute or civil law that he took these. You just don't have the evidence on so many ends. And so the claim is dismissed. Nobody owes anybody anything. Logs don't have to go back or forth. It ends. And I'm going to write this judgment up. It'll be in the court file if you want that. I'll give a copy to Mr. Snodgrass, and I just hope that both of you have a better neighborly relationship in the future. But there just isn't evidence to take the case forward.
Okay.
So thanks, Ms. Bettini. Then you can be on your way. Mr. Snodgrass will hand you a copy of this judgment, and then you're on your way as well.
The judge was not stumped by this case. Excellent pun. Cellulite with your hands. What a fucking clusterfuck. Paisley of the past was baffled. She thought, oh, that'll be made into a video by a YouTuber better than I. One day. Oh, that's why we keep them in vain. But I continued to work. I worked so hard. All of these people.
Both to
they
unmute, start
are
your camera. I've got Ms.
free.
Knight and I'm Ms. Zilke. All right, there we are. And can you both hear the court? Let me, somebody say something. All right, I can hear you. All right, so we are taking up case 39098 and Ms. Knight has filed a suit against Ms. Zilke asserting, and both of you should know as I'm looking back and forth here because I have two screens and our file is electronic. I'm listening to you, but I'm looking at what you filed as well if you did file anything. So let me get that open first. All right, so Ms. Knight asserts that she is owed $2,775 from Ms. Zilke. And we're gonna, saying it's a loan of some nature, so we're gonna look at that. And let me put you both under oath. First, Ms.
Hi, Erica. It's okay. Erica is here. It's fine. I didn't even mean to pause necessarily, but it really worked out. Woo! Okay, let's go.
Knight, raise your right hand with me if you would. I think it's your other right hand, Ms. Knight. Ms. Knight, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, and then Ms. Zilke, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, good. So I'm going to start with Ms. Knight and see what this is all about. And I'll probably ask a few questions along the way, and then I'll turn to Ms. Zilke if Ms. Knight establishes the basics of her claim. So Ms. Knight, why does Ms. Zilke owe you $27.75?
So the original
$27.75. What did you go to McDonald's and get 2 burgers for $27.75? That's literally probably bang on what like 2 Big Mac combos might cost you. 24. No, more like 30. That would be $30 in Canada. Just so you know, guys. Just so you understand.
loan, Your Honor, which I submitted my bank record, which shows the $3,000 was for her and 2 of her children to go to SHOT Show in Las Vegas. She didn't have the money at the time, and
SHOT
I
Show.
did.
What is that? Somebody
We
gotta
were
look that
super
up.
close back then. I loaned her the money in anticipation of being paid back. Here we sit in 2025. The loan, she has made the 2 payments that I did submit, a $200 payment, and I believe it was a $25 payment, Your Honor.
So did receive some money, how much?
The first payment was $200, and then the second payment I do believe was $25. I submitted both of those payments as evidence.
And that's why it's, so 225 off of the 3,000 that you believe you're owed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's why it's 27.75.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and so when did you do this, give her this money?
It was almost 3 years ago. Little maybe-
When was this?
It's on the bank record that I submitted into evidence.
Need you to know. All right, so in your exhibits, you have a rundown here. Your notice, you say that on January 15th of, oh, it cut off, 20, yeah, it's cut off.
Oh, it's always cut off, Judge. Hi, Brian.
Well, tell me where in your exhibits I should be looking for that information.
I did submit an original filing on the day of filing. There is an actual bank statement from my bank, Your Honor.
Good job, Erica. I'm proud of you.
Thanks,
We're
Erica.
happy for you. We're here for you. Apparently that is a pew pew show. Sorry, my Canadian's showing because I didn't know that.
Miss
didn't
Delkey
know
does know
that.
the date of SHOT Show because they do frequent that from time to time.
I don't see a bank statement filed. Was it a photo of a bank statement? Was it?
It was a photocopy that I turned in at the original date when I got my hearing number and everything that
Well,
very
I
first
don't
day.
see that in here. I see screenshots of text messages. I see um, text message, text message, text message. I see something about Forest Ridge Customs LLC. I see a gun show trades, a picture of what's on the screen on a tabletop computer. Something from Facebook. I don't see any receipt from your bank, but so you say it was sometime in when? Uh, was it that you gave her this money or made this agreement to give her this money?
I want to say between February and April
Of
2022. 20, right, late there, 20, yeah.
2022, Tin Man?
okay, you filed this claim January of 2025. Okay, all right. So why did you believe that she needed to pay this back? Tell me about your discussions.
She at the time had orally agreed to pay me the money back, as well as, like I said, I submitted screenshots where she said, I will pay the money back.
Okay,
I know
let
I
me
owe
see.
this.
Which screenshot should I look at for those? Help me out with your exhibits. Where should I look in your exhibits?
And there's a bullet point for screenshots in there.
So you have a text message in here at 8:07. I don't know what dates these are, but do I owe you anything other than a suitcase? Is that Ms. Zilke to you?
Correct.
Okay, and then is this your response at 8:37? This is what you said? Looking at your exhibits.
Where I said the suitcase and the remaining of the money of the SHOT Show money, yes.
All right, so when was this set of text?
I don't have my shot because I submitted everything to the court. Like,
So you didn't keep anything that you submitted to the court? You didn't keep a copy?
it's on my phone and we had to swap phone. My husband and he's out of the house to let me do this because I didn't have Zoom on my phone.
All right, well, this gets difficult then. So tell me about what your agreement, so sometime between February and April of 2022, you say you had a discussion with Ms.
We had a
Zilke.
discussion in my home.
Were you face to face?
Correct.
Okay, your house, and what was that your end of, tell me what happened there.
I had received a lump sum of money and she was upset because she wanted to go down for her son's birthday, in fact, and for SHOT Show. Me and my husband spoke about it. I agreed to loan her the money, and she.
So tell me what you said though. Tell me what you said to her, and when you said you agreed to loan her money, what did you say? How is this
I had told
contract?
her, I said, Josh and I had spoke, which is my husband, and we will agree to loan you the money in anticipation of being paid back. And she had told me, I will pay you back. That's not a problem.
And did you agree on how much?
We did not agree on a set amount. I just, we were very close at the time. Like very close. So I didn't see a problem in getting my money back.
All right, so you agreed, okay, my husband and I have talked, we will give you the money, and then you say that Ms. Zilke said, I will pay you back.
John has a show later
Correct.
tonight. Sorry.
What were the,
and also, Bill, that's really funny you say that because I was thinking the same thing. Like, do we have proof here? What's going on? What's going on? And we're glad that you're back home, Tim, and we're glad that you're here. And Carla, welcome. We're plowing through the cases tonight. I've finally set up a little studio in the kitchen for filming YouTube shorts of me cooking. Now I just need an empty house, and the house is never empty anymore. Oh. Anyways. Let's continue.
Parameters of that. When were you going to give her how much? Did you give
Are
her
you asking-
cash? Did you
I
pay for
gave
her
I
tickets?
gave her a cashier's check directly from my bank.
Okay, when did you do that?
Within
That
a
was
day or
sometime-
two of our discussion.
Okay, so sometime February, April of 2022.
Correct,
This
ma'am.
is, all right. So cashier's check for how much?
$3,000.
All right. And when did you agree? Did you agree as to when she had to pay this back?
She had just told me that she would pay me back. There was no parameter of payment plan or one lump sum, nothing to that effect, ma'am.
Okay, so you just went, okay, pay me back, and however you pay me back, you're gonna accept that. You didn't talk about it, so
We
no,
talked about it time to time throughout the years, and it was, well, I'll pay you back when I can. I know I owe you this money. I'll get it to you when I can. It was always that conversation, and I was okay with it because her and I were always together.
okay. All right, so then when did you become not okay with it?
Ms. Zelke and I had a falling out about 8-10 months ago.
And so you've received total $225 against this $3,000.
Correct.
All right, and so I guess there's no plan as to the payback of it, and
We tried to come up with one in the
Okay.
other thing, and
well, not
had
in your
agreed-
negotiations. I want to know, you've put in all these text message. I wish you had kept copies of what you gave the court because it makes
I
it
did
difficult
have
for
them
me
in
to
my phone. I
talk
wasn't
with
in.
you. All right, so I've got something November 6th. Don't know what year it is. It says, and I don't know who wrote this even. I don't know if it was you or Mazilke. I also wanted to ask, you said last week you would be making a payment after the first. Can that possibly happen ASAP? When was that?
That was
Who was
me.
that? That was
That
you.
was me, and that was me asking her about a payment.
And that was, it says November 6th, but I don't know what year. Do you know?
That was this year, ma'am.
2024?
Yes.
Okay, and then the response December 10th, I don't know if it's a sponsor, or maybe it's you again. Good morning. Since I've been blocked again on FB and it's the 10th of December and no payment has been made this month, I need you to make another payment on the 2,800 you still owe me and my husband. If no payment is made, then that's when you say you're going to file a small claim.
That was me.
So was there some agreement as to payments were going to be made monthly?
There was not. And then she had made the $200 payment. I had asked what the payment plan would be going forward. There was no response in that. Then I got a $25 payment. I asked again. And then at that time, I was told if and only when or if she could make a payment, she would make a payment. And I've received nothing since that $25 payment.
Okay, so late 2024, you heard from her, what, by text or phone, in person,
The
what?
last payment she had sent me, Your Honor, was through Facebook.
Okay,
And-
Facebook.
And she's blocked me on Facebook, so the payment can't even be made through Facebook anymore.
So, but you heard from her through Facebook, and what again did she tell you about how she was
All
going to
she
pay
did
you
was
back?
send me a $25 payment.
Okay, and then you said, it seemed to me I heard from you that she was telling you how she was going to repay other than
She
that?
had said if and only if she could make a payment, she would.
Okay, all right. All right, so goes back
Her
about 3
husband's mistress is
years.
calling her.
We have this face-to-face discussion. You say it's okay, we're gonna loan you some money. She says, I agree to pay it back. Then you gave her $3,000 in a cashier's check without any plan or discussion about how it should be paid back. And then we come up about 2.5, almost 3 years later. And Ms. Nida says, if and only if I'll make you a payment. And
Well, Miss Julie said that if and only if she could make a payment, she
okay,
would make one.
so, and since, all right, and no other payments other than the 225 have been made against this.
No, Your Honor.
So how long have you known each other?
Since I was 8 and I'm 46.
Okay, almost 40 years. In those 40 years then, have you done something like this before with each other?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you've never given her money that you expected to be paid back before?
No.
Okay, and she never gave you money as a loan before?
No.
Okay, so
We've
this
paid
was
for
new and
things for each
unusual.
other, but
Pardon?
that's mutual.
Pardon?
I said we've paid for things for each other when we've been together.
Yeah, but a loan, but giving you money with the expectation it gets paid back.
Ma'am.
That this is new and different. Okay. And all right, anything else before I turn to Ms. Zilke?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let me just kind of look through all your exhibits again and make sure I don't have any other questions.
I have my phone back now, so I can look through stuff.
Oh, good. Okay.
I apologize.
So there's a lot of these aren't dated. I have a time and I don't know when these were made, but there's one, it says 10/19. And the second paragraph, as far as the money I owe you, I will get it paid back and will continue to make monthly payments. I just cannot put a day every month when I can do it because of my pay. I'll continue to send it to your Facebook pay, which goes to whatever account you have. I will let you know if there is a month I cannot make it. And do you know where that is? Okay, so was that, so that was from Ms. Zilke to you, and do you know about when that
have
happened?
a question, Cole, or just want to say Q? How are you doing? Nice to see you. Also, don't lend people money if you don't want to get fucked over. You're ready for the D, Judge. But will it come? Will it come? Will it come? Will it come? That's what she said.
I can pull it up.
Do you have the Thank you.
That happened on. That was, I have it right here. I just gotta get to the top.
She's a Hummer. That's
That
an
was
advanced
November
technique.
26th, 2024 at 12:50, Your Honor.
Okay, so 2024, November 26th. All right. So she says there, as far as money I owe you, I'll get it paid back, continue to make monthly payments, just can't put a day. All right. All right. And then after that, I think I'm getting what you put in here. Then, okay, then the December 10th text message from you haven't gotten a payment.
Correct. So I received the first payment.
Okay. All right.
First payment was November 9th, 2024 of $200. And she had even put first payment off $3,000.
So you waited a good 2.5 years before you got any payment.
Correct.
Okay. And then there was this assertion that there would be monthly payments, just wasn't sure what day, and then you didn't
Correct.
get anything in December, and then you filed this lawsuit.
Yeah, and then I got the one payment of $25, and
Okay.
that was it.
All
And I
right,
got the if and when I can make a payment. The last payment was made December 13th of 2024.
okay, all right. Anything else then before I turn to Ms. Zilke?
No, ma'am.
Hi, Owen.
Okay, so
How
let me
are
turn
you
to-
doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well and being a good boy for your mom. Make sure you listen to her. Don't be giving her too much of a hard time and running around. Miss you, buddy.
You, Ms. Zilke, and you've heard what the petitioner's saying here. What's your response to why you don't know, or whatever your response is, the 2775?
I actually do owe the money. So
Oh.
I don't have a problem repaying it.
Okay,
There were several incidents in between everything. And after I made her the first payment, I was very clear in all my messages to her that I didn't know what days of each month that I could do them, that she would get a payment every month. So she got a payment in November, she got a payment in December, and she filed in January. At that point, I stopped making a payment until we saw a judge.
okay, so
And
you believe you do owe $22,775? Okay, well, all right, then I'm issuing a claim that Ms. Knight is owed $2,775 from you.
mhm,
She now also, under the law, the filing fee of $50. And
Mhm.
Ms. Knight, did it cost you any money to get that notice to Ms. Zilke?
That was, yeah, it was 1950 to send registered certified.
Okay,
That's all
$19.15.
50 cents, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so
For wood, you're so funny. Wow, she
all
didn't
right,
win. She
so
self-snitched.
Ms. Zilke, you owe Ms. Knight $2,844.50.
Oh, thank you so much.
And that's the
Cole
judgment
and
I'm writing
Owen.
up. The two of you
guys are
take
so
it from
sweet.
here. I hope you can settle this. And that's all for today. So this will be filed in the court file for both of you.
Wow. I have some good news though, guys.
So that's it for today. You can both be on your way, and this is in the court file.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and then I can get a copy
Thank
of
you.
the transcripts in a week, correct?
That's up to you. No, we're not going to send you anything. You can go to
Oh.
the court file. If you need help accessing the court file, call our clerks. If you want a transcript, that's up to you, and that's your cost.
Okay. All right,
You
Your
can have a
Honor.
copy of a docket, and that's also at your cost, but the
Right.
order that I'm making is available to you.
Okay.
Okay, all right, that's it. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
So as we see YouTube Daddy again trying to just make me not work, he's gonna pop up a video here of ships, which he knows I hyper focus on sometimes accidentally.
All right,
But
so
the good news
have we
is
completed everything?
That's everything.
that's
All
right,
we're
Judge. We
adjourned.
completed everything. See, it wants me to watch a show about ships, but I caught it. Anyways, the bad news is the show's over for tonight. I know it was a short one, but the good news is I've already set this up to redirect over to Colin, who I know has a lot of good court going on. So go watch over there, guys. Tell him I sent you. Tell him hello. I am going to go film some videos. Hopefully cooking videos if I can get them out of the house. And yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow morning during the day. Can you close the door? Okay, it's not in here. Toolbox. I'll tell you who's the tool. Anyways, you're going to Collins for, that's where I'm redirecting you. I'm apparently going to find a fucking toolbox. And, but we'll be back for a daytime stream tomorrow. That's right. Tomorrow, think 10 a.m. my time, so 1 p.m. East. And then, we'll be back on Sunday. We have a very special show. 2 shows lined up on Sunday. So don't you forget it. Anyways, do me a favor while I travel by flu powder to my crackety old area here. It's your granddaughter's birthday tomorrow, Bill. That's so sweet. Have a wonderful birthday with the granddaughter. Tell her happy birthday. Thank you again, Cole and Owen, for dropping by. I appreciate you guys. And do me a favor. Remember that I love you. And I'm proud of you. And you know where the toolboxes are? Oh my fucking God. I know where they are. You know where they are? They're at the bottom of the stairs. Do you know where you have to walk by to go do laundry? The toolboxes. He wouldn't know that. Anyways, I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.